Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video where we are mood reading. We are mood reading for a week and a half, 2 weeks, however long I want this video to be. Only because, right, I have felt a little bit under pressure with all of the targets and goals I've been setting myself. So I've been trying to read like challenges where I'm finishing my series, or reading books that make me cry, or reading all Halloween books, and in each of these videos I am reading 3 to 4 books each video. And sometimes, honestly, sometimes I read and vlog over a weekend, so I'm trying to scram in 4 books within 3 days. It makes no sense to me. So I just thought, for a little while with you guys, because my channel, so I'm just making this decision, why don't I just mood read? So whatever book I want, say it be fantasy, romance, young adult, smut, horror, just whatever I'm fancying this week, I will pick up. And I've been kind of counting down the days for when I can actually record this video, because I feel like I need a break with actually having a break from my channel. Does that make any sense? Because I'm struggling to make sense in my brain, just a little bit. Let's just mood read for a week, maybe 2. And just pick whatever you want to pick up, like, you know, let's just read together and have such a good, amazing time. Let's do it. Hi guys, I actually recorded the intro to this video like a week ago, and I just have not been able to finish my current vlogs I've been doing. So it's now a week ago, but whatever. I probably shouldn't have told you that, but here we are. I'm now going to do a week where I'm just going to read whatever the hell I want to read, and I'm so excited for that. Ignore the hair, I'm just having an admin day and I just wanted it up but a little bit down, so here's this mixture of what the earth is going on. Anyway, I am feeling romance. And no, stop it, I'm feeling romance. So I do have a couple of new books that I do not have room for, and they are positioned here. So basically, if you are new here or if you don't know, this shelf here is just pure romance, no fantasy, just the average Joe, falling in love, some drama, love, sex. This is what this shelf is, and I do not like the fact that my 4 new books that I bought does not fit here. So we need to get through a couple of books to either get rid of them, basically to get rid of them, because I need to fit these in. So I'm going to start off with one where it is up here, but it also is the 3rd book in a series. So technically I am ticking off getting this list down, per se, depending if I get rid of something. And then I'm also kind of ticking like up to dating, getting up to date with an ongoing series that I'm reading. So I am thinking of reading Beg, Borrow or Steal by Jessica Adams, and she has got the rule book and Practice Makes Perfect, and I read both of those, and I don't know if I've rated these. I think the rule book, you know what, let's actually Google this and find out, because I think I rated these both a 4-star, but if I rated them a 5-star, I'd prefer to tell you guys. Let me have a look. And she's also done When in Rome, which I also loved. Okay, so the cheat sheet I rated a 5-star. Let's go through these. Right, let's go through these. The cheat sheet, 5-star. Practice Made Perfect, 4-star. When in Rome, 4-star. And the rule book, 5-star. I didn't realise there was 2. I mean, it is in the same series. I just wasn't aware there was 2 of them. Is there any more? No. Okay. So yeah, Sarah Adams is kind of like an author who I seem to love when I want to read romance books. So I just thought, I didn't realise it was out, and then the next one comes out soon, so I want to kind of be up to date. So we're going to go into this. I don't know what it's about. Should we have a look? Maybe it's time for a plot twist. Emily Walker hates anyone disrupting her carefully curated life, especially her legendary nemesis, Jack Bennett, the exact opposite of the wonderful hero she dreams of in her double life as a romance writer. Ooh, we love romance writers. Well, we love writers in books in general. But now Jack's back in town after a failed engagement. Ooh, he's here to stay as both her colleague and her neighbour. This is going to be so dramatic. Jack is glad to be back, eager to renovate his house and work on the next mystery novel under, oh, the both writers, under his best-selling pen name, until that is he realises he's now neighbours with the one woman who has always pushed his buttons. This is going to be steamy, I'm calling it. With their red hot, told you! With their red hot animosity at all their high time, Emily makes a mistake that could reveal her secret literary identity. Frustratingly, also they both go under a name that nobody knows. Frustratingly, she needs Jack's help to make it right. Will their unlikely alliance put an end to their rivalry, or could it lead to a steamy plot twist they never saw coming? I'm calling it will lead to a steamy plot twist that they never saw coming. Okay, so this weekend I'm actually going to Northumberland, so we'll be driving up there, which I'll be reading this, and we'll be driving down, which I'll probably still be reading this. We'll be going for walks and basically having a couple of nights in, just chilling, a lot of nature vibes, food, drinks with friends. It's been raining a lot in the UK recently, so I don't know what the weather will be like up there. We are staying, it's like a holiday chalet per se with our friends, the parents who own it, at the seaside. So it's going to be very windy, kind of like hot cocoa. It's going to give very autumn weather, but hopefully, fingers crossed, with a bit of the heat, because being at the seaside when it's a little bit windy is chilling to the bone. So yeah, I'm going to start off with this. I would normally in these vlogs kind of give you a list of books I am feeling, but because this is a mood reading vlog, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, whenever I finish it, move on to the next book and choose. So this could be romance, this could be fantasy, this could be sex books, this could be classics. Probably not, but it could be. It's just whatever the hell I want to do. It could be Kindle editions. I have so many books in my Kindle, like immensely so many books in my Kindle that I also need to get through, but because they're not in my physical selection, I forget about them all the time. So yes, I feel like we need to do more of this mood reading and less structured stuff. This makes me happy, this video. So yeah, I'll give you an update when I have one, and hopefully I like it. It smells of new book. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. I feel like in every single one of these video clips, my hair has been through the bushes because it's always been up and like scraped back and just not having a good fluffy time. We're just going to ignore that fact that my hair isn't a hair in. I've got a hair appointment in a couple of days, so I like to get my hair done and like wash it, the day before I get my hair done, because the dye sticks better to clean hair. So we're just gonna have this hair for the couple of days. I'm sorry, you know what, it's just the way it is. I do have an update with Beg, Borrow and Steal, and I am really enjoying it. I'm really happy I've gone. Is the place called Rome? I do think so. I think the place is called Rome because everybody always makes jokes about it being in Paris, but it's not. It's the one thing that's making this book for me currently. It's the fact that I've been able to see all the past couples and relationships and kind of like going on top of the jokes and seeing how they're going, and it's quite nice to relive those because I love those books, and it's really cute. And it also currently has like done little sprinkles of the next book that comes out later this year, and I'm very excited for it. The one thing that I am currently obsessed with is the fact that they have never really hated each other, but they have always said, oh, you're my rival, my arch nemesis. But then you like talk to each other like you are husband and wife, and you have been husband and wife for like the past 70 years. It's just the bickering, it makes me content reading it. Well, I'm reading it and I'm just giggling to myself because it's quite funny, and they are fighting it with each other. Like they are, I mean, his point of view so far hasn't really mentioned that he likes her, but you can tell in his actions. She's kind of like already started to admit to herself that she's not fallen for him, but she's been drawn to him. I am on page 170, and also the one thing I'm absolutely eating up is they are doing emails and text messages to each other. When books do this, this makes me happy, because I don't know why, I do not know why, it's just nice to see. It just makes it quite fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it so far, actually. I'm just realised I'm one page before chapter 15. So I'm having a good, lovely time. I'm eating it up. It's going past quite quickly. I read 170 pages last night, and, well, per se, because I've obviously read a little bit of work today. And I'm going to hopefully finish the rest today, if not finish it tomorrow. After I finish this book, I know there's another book coming out, but let's pretend it's not out yet, so it's fine. I'll be up to date with another series for like 2 more weeks or something stupid. When's the next one come out? Does it come out in September, I think? I've got so many tabs open. So like my internet is kind of like my brain right now. Like there's just so many tabs going on in the background. Like you don't know where the music's playing from. Oh, apologies, it's next year. Oh no, it isn't. Okay. It literally says expected publication the 6th of January 2026. But then it also says on the same page, expected the 30th of December 2025. Anyway, it's coming out soon and I'm very excited. And I'm very excited for the couple because they are flirting in this book and you can see what's going on. When I read the synopsis though, it did mention that he's an author. So his dad is like a really, really professional, well-known author, and him and his dad do not get along whatsoever. So he wanted to see if he can kind of like look after himself. We didn't have to rely on his dad. So he wrote his own like mystery murder book, but not in his name. He's called Summit Ranger. So nobody knows who he is other than his publisher and his ex-missus, which is, come on. I mean, at the time you obviously tell your partner everything, but consequences, there will be consequences. And yeah, I feel like it's got the potential, because in romances, and I will say this 1,000 times, when it gets to around the 80% mark, there's an argument. They're going to fall out. It's either going to be really massive or something so stupid it'll be like a tiny misunderstanding. But I can't believe you lied to me. And when that's going to happen, that is going to happen. I am calling it right now. It's going to happen. And I think I know what it's about. If that's what happens, she's a shallow bitch. I'm telling you right now, because yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'll tell you the next time I come and talk to you if actually that thing is how they fall out, or if they don't fall out, or if they end up never going back together. There actually was, right, this romance book that I read, and it's gone so dark. Hello? There actually was this book, right, that I read, and they did have an argument at like 80% of the book, but then they just never got back together. And I was reading this like, what's going on? It was such a nice, well, it wasn't. It was like an awful ending to a book, but it was a nice difference because I just wasn't expecting it. Anyway, I am enjoying it. It's a fun ride so far. I am giggling and spluttering, and I'm just having such a fun time. And this village is kind of what you call home. So do you know that saying where people say it's not a place, it's a person? Well, this place is a person to me because it's just so homely, and I feel like if you lived here you would never want to leave, like, ever. It is that type of place. I'll speak to you soon with an update, and then we can get going, and then we can choose our next route. We can choose our next route. What are you doing in my house before 7 in the morning and ever heard of knocking? We're past knocking. It's a waste of time. I beg to differ. P.S. You can never be a side character. How do you feel so good? Vitamins. Good evening, guys. It's the next day and it's quite late, but I have quite a large update for you guys, and I'm just gonna get right to it. I finished Beg, Borrow and Steal. And that was a big sigh, and it was quite unnecessary. So I did read this and I liked it. I really had a good time, but it just wasn't a 5-star feeling. There was just some parts of the story plot that I thought were quite unnecessary. Like, there was one area and they had to break into the principal's office, and I felt that the whole plot was unnecessary because it didn't have like a further development in their relationship. It didn't have anything like that hindered the relationship. There was nothing. It was just an unnecessary plot to it. And the ending, it just didn't bring tears to my eyes. It was a good read, just wasn't 5-star. So I did rate this a 4-star like the rest of her books, and I did have a good time, just not a 5-star read. Their relationship though is kind of goals. Like, I like it when authors do their relationships where it's bickering. Like, bickering is my safe spot. Like, I am so happy reading books where they bicker. Like, it's just, that's how I speak to my boyfriend, that's how I speak to my best friends, my family, my brother. It's what I do. So reading this, it's just perfection. I have also gone on to another book I completely forgot to record and show you guys, but I have gone on to Nightshade by Autumn Woods, and this is a new-ish release. It hasn't been that long. I'll put here when it was released, but I wanted another romance book, but not solely just an ordinary kind of romance. I wanted a romance with a twist in it, and this kind of reminds me, where is this book? Has any of you guys read Gothicana by, how do you pronounce her name? Runix. Because this is one of the first books I ever annotated. So there's not a lot, and I did enjoy this book. Like, who the hell's Mo? And it just kind of brought me back to this world. Like, I'm just gonna do a couple of drawings. This is like completely off topic. And then I saw more when I was flicking through earlier. What else have we got? I make myself laugh. But yes, I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the setting because it was like a dark academic university. And there was just a lot of like conspiracy stuff in the background, but the main girl, she's kind of like a quiet girl. She likes autumn things. She gives off autumn. She is an autumn. And then the guy is like a very sought after guy, very dark, very broody, very Doberman vibes. And there was a lot of stuff in the background, and she kind of had to figure out who'd done it. And this gave basically the exact same vibe of that. And I'm eating it up. I am on page 226. I have read like a decent amount of this book. That's how much I've read. So I don't actually have that much left. Ophélia's parents work at this university, and they die, and she's left all alone. And then she has a submission where she can go to this university for free, and she does. So she goes into it, and she kind of wants to look into how her parents died because no one speaks about it. She wants to investigate kind of like maybe who done it. So there's this whole conspiracy in the background. That's her main goals of being there. And she really struggles in making friends because obviously everybody else there is really rich. They are part of the mafia. They are like surgeons' children, but not average surgeons. They are like surgeons on the black market. So everyone here is like really dark and insanely toxic. And she's like, she hadn't done anything wrong. She is like a poor person. All of her clothes from the charity shop, when everybody's wearing like designer Gucci and Louis Vuitton bags and stuff. Yeah, and it goes through the depth of like how she stands out and how she's going through it emotionally, and it's really nice. Well, not nice per se, but it's nice for her to go into her feelings and to explain how she's feeling, because it makes us as the reader go into more of the depth of it in that aspect. Anyway, there's a guy called Alex, and he's a very sought after guy, and they just have this automatic enemies, like, arch nemesis, kind of like in this book here. So I've kind of got like the same topic, unintentionally, may I add. And yeah, they are trying to stay away from each other because she finds out who he is and she does not like his father. So she's like, go away, with nothing to do with you. But she cannot listen to herself. Like, they are like drawn to each other. Very dark. There's murder in here. There's like conspiracies. There's theft. There's contraband. There's guns. There's the mafia is full on involved, and there's no powers in this, so it's not a romance where it's like a fantasy romance. It's just a dark academic romance, and I'm currently liking that because it has been a little bit rainy. The weather hasn't been the best, which is perfect for a reading vlog, and yeah, that's where I'm currently at. I'm going to read that tonight. Hopefully I'm going to finish this because I do have a couple of hours left and I'm very excited, and then we can get on to the next read. I actually do have a lot of pages to read. 227, 327. Okay, I have like 150 pages left, which actually isn't too bad, so I think I'm going to read that tonight. I'll give you an update as soon as I have one. Let's speak soon. Hey guys, so I finished reading last night, as you saw, and I like needed to reevaluate, reassess my whole entire existence to go through my thoughts and opinions on this book. So I did obviously finish Nightshade, and I'm still a little bit confused with my feelings about the whole subject. So the ending of this book was kind of wild. So it had like a massive cliffhanger, and then I didn't like the aftermath of that cliffhanger, and then it had another really big cliffhanger, which you ended the book and that's that, and now I'm really excited to go on to the next one. I really enjoyed this book. Like, there wasn't parts where I was like wanting to skip it and like move on. Like, I mean, there was one part in a sex scene, if you can call it that, and she was just grinding on him, and I had secondhand embarrassment from reading on that because it was just really awkward, because he was all fine and dandy, and then she climaxed while she was like dry humping him, and it really gave me secondhand embarrassment, and I was just like, I don't want to continue reading this, but anyway. I went through it, I finished it, and I really had such a good time. It just didn't give that 5-star feeling, and I don't know why. I absolutely do not know why. It was a 4-star through and through. It just didn't give that 5-star feeling. When I picked up this book, I did say I thought it was like Gothicana, and I still stand by that decision. So if you liked Gothicana and you are still waiting for the next one, give Nightshade a try, because it looks completely different, but it gives off the same vibe, and yeah, absolutely here for it, and I'm so excited for the next one. I bought this book on a whim, you know, like on an actual whim. I just thought, oh, the cover looks cool. Didn't even read the synopsis, just bought it. And then here we are, and I had such a good time. I have started my next one, and that is Heir of Storms, and currently I am really enjoying this. I do actually have the special edition of this book, and you'll understand why I am reading the paperback one rather than this one, because this one is like a gift from God. It's gorgeous. Do you know what I'm saying? And then the actual hardback. Look at this. Look at this right now. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Honestly, stop yourself. So I will not be reading this book. This is just purely for display purposes on my shelf. So I will not be picking this book up to read. That's just going to go back to how it was originally, right here. So we will just be reading this paperback. Yeah, so I am not that far. I've just made a little tiptoe in it, and I just wanted to give you a debrief with my thoughts and opinions on what I'm currently feeling. Right, so there's a world where they have a higher king, and then under this higher king you have courts. And in these courts they specialise in like water, fire, air, gold, eyes, wind, all that sort of stuff. And the main king is in control of all of them. And it gets to a certain time where the gods of the higher up society choose the people to go into a contest to then win to be the people in charge of their own court. So if you have firepower, you will obviously go into this to be part of the fire clan. So you will have the chance to run it and be in charge and be the queen of the court. So the one thing that's quite confusing is that there's a big king and a big queen, and then below them there's like 5 or 6 queens and kings, and then underneath that is the normal people. So you might be like the queen of water, but you are not the queen of everything. So you have to kind of get your head around that, but once you do, really easy to understand. And our main girl, she has been through it. Like, honestly, Blaze, you see this? Heir of Storms, she's called Blaze. She is just having a time, an absolute time. So she's been born into a fire family, and when she was born there was this massive thunderstorm flood that went on, and it occurred for quite a long time. Loads of people died. Like, honestly, like, imagine being born and the second you are born, whoosh, flood, like crazy. And then she has been not abused, but like ridiculed, and there's like abusive mental behaviour and everything, and she's been abandoned by society because of that, especially because she's from a fire family and she has no fire skills. She is a siren, rain singer, completely different, Maya. And you're kind of just going into this and it's building up everything, and I'm very intrigued, and I love her and her brother. They have such a good relationship, and they are twins, so they kind of go through and experience everything together, and it's so cute to see. Like, me and my brother, we had 7 years between each other, and there's certain aspects where we are ridiculously close in, but again, there's 7 years between them. With these, there's like 10 minutes because obviously they're twins. I'm having a good time. I'm probably going to read as much as I can tonight though, and I won't speak to you because I just want to come off the camera and just kind of just zone out. I've had a busy day today. I've been wallpapering, and I just want to just get in bed after a shower, get cozy, and read until I have to go to work tomorrow and then start again. So once I do have an update, I will come back to you, but I'm very excited. I'm having good feelings about this. Like, I'm sat here thinking this has the potential to be good. Like, it has the potential to be good. And I feel like this vlog so far has been ridiculously good, because Nightshade, 4 stars, Beg Bora Steel, I think 3 or 4 stars, but I still really enjoyed it. And to say that I have not been in a mood to read romance and stuff, I mean, currently I am on a roll and I don't want to stop this. I also want to say, completely off topic, but I just mention it, I went to the range today and I just went in just to get a candle, completely forgetting that it's autumn soon. How could I forget that? And then obviously with it being autumn, it's also Halloween, and then with it being Halloween, it's also Christmas. All those decorations were out. So I bought a spiced apple candle, and this was for $3.99, and when I tell you, it smells like heaven. It smells like heaven. Like, I could just sit here and just, for the foreseeable future, because autumn, Halloween and Christmas candles are my go-to, and I literally spend so much money on accumulating these to last me the year until Christmas comes again. That's my little haul, just a $3.99 candle. So yeah, I'm gonna get onto this.
and we'll speak tomorrow. Bye guys.
It's the next day. I have not read any more since I last worked to you yesterday. I thought we could finish this. How many pages have I got left? 100, rough, just shy of 200 pages. I thought we could sit down and read it all and like get the grand finale of reading this. But currently, I am enjoying this so much and I'm very excited to read it. So let's go. You're no coward, I repeat, just as you were in the first trial, just as you are now, just as I suspect you've always been, and I feel sorry for you. Damn. I need to think of what to do because my tripod's upstairs and I don't want to go upstairs, so I need to position you guys somewhere because I don't want to keep holding onto my phone. We're just going to work with this. I'm on the floor, leaning against my sofa. You're sat on 2 candles. Gonna try and not knock you. Right, so Air of Storms. Loved it. Honestly, the build to this was insane. The story world was amazing. The fact that our girl was like hated from the second she was born, had so much angst there. There was so much betrayal near the end of it, and you were just like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. That was so good. Can't tell you what will spoil it. It makes you, it does have like a love triangle, so you kind of think, actually, which boy do I like? Do I like the bad boy? Do I like the good boy that everybody loves who likes sunshine and sparkles? And you go through it and you kind of like, they kind of pit off of against each other. And that's really nice to see because that really makes you think, right, which one would I choose? And you guys know which one I would choose. I knew from day one. Okay, with the ending, oh my god, the build, it was amazing. Like, so much was happening and I would just sat here like, oh my god, what's going on? And then it continued. I feel like it should have ended 10, 15 pages earlier, and then the ending of the book could have been the start of the next one because it ended at such a good cliffhanger, but then it just continued for a little bit and it just explained things and it went into depth, and it shouldn't have. It should have just gone into something where you were just reading it and you were like trying to flip the page like, oh my god, no, tell me more information. So that's really annoyed me a little bit because I was expecting something to be better than that, because the wording in this, like the writing was really well done. Like, it was chef's kisses. And we all know I love the Hunger Games trope, and this is this. You have to enter like a competition to win the crown, and some people may die. You could die. It's not like it's guaranteed you'll die, but it's not promised you wouldn't. So it's one of those where you're just like, But this, I believe it was a 4-star, not a 5, and I do believe the ending just kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So yes, obsessed with this, so excited for the next one, and obsessed with the special edition because I was scared because of how beautiful it was. I was scared I wouldn't like it, and I'm so glad I've read the paperback. So I read that one, really enjoyed it. Big Borrow and Steal by Sarah Adams. I'm really glad I went back into the world because it was, I think my favourite part of this was seeing the past relationships that I've already read. It was like, oh, I know how you got there, and they have all these inside jokes and that they mention in every other book. So if you read them, you'll know what the quotes are and you'll understand where they originated from. So that was really nice. Not obsessed with it. There were some things that I was just a bit like, literally that story plot was so unnecessary, but whatever. I had a good time, it was fine. Glad I got into romance again. Nightshade though, it's been a couple of days since I finished this and I am still so indecisive if it was a 4-star or a 5-star because it just didn't give me that 5-star feeling, but I cannot stop thinking about it and I'm very, very excited for it. I'm intrigued. Like, I will be buying this when the second one comes out, very much so, But I don't know, I'm very much indecisive. The ending, it kind of like with Air of Storm, the ending happened and it was like, oh my god. Then it continued a bit, which was boring. But then the proper ending was like, oh my god. And that little boring scene, which is a bit, to me, at the end of a book, especially a fantasy book, you should be constantly on edge for the last 50 pages. That there should be no norm, there should be no nothing. It should be constantly like reading your book. And if you don't do that, then something's wrong with it. I think I've kind of spoken myself into encouraging myself to rate this a 4-star rather than a 5-star, so that's what I'm probably going to go with. But loved it, guys. I've had such a good mood reading week. Is this my like prompt to continue reading whatever the fuck I want to read without like putting like a tag or a label on these videos? Because romantic. I honestly had such a good fun time here with you guys, and I'm very much excited to continue these reading vlogs because I'm back in the spirit of reading, and I'm very much excited to read all these good books because I'm kind of like getting my TBR, my physical TBR down slowly. I do have 150 books in total unread out of 250. We digress. This is a positive space. Click Somaya. I'm very excited for it and I'm kind of feeling productive. Also, ignore the plain background. I have moved the living room around and I'm loving the positions. I think it just really needs a redecoration, repainting, which I do have a week off soon, so that's what I'll be doing, but not in this video. This is just a mention for the future. Anyway, I'm talking for too long. This outro has been 14 minutes long and I need to edit this, which is just ridiculous. But anyway, have a lovely time wherever you are in the world and I will see you next week. Bye. What is it? Do I want to tell you this because I don't want to ruin the ending? I kind of think I've spoken myself. Maya, explain what you just said there because I don't understand.
It was real sexual.
Oh my god.
We are marrying this guy, everybody. Mark my words. We are all...
I actually don't know his surname.
We are all married to Jack.